Jordan Poole's pick at number 28 was shocking, but what he's gone on to do with the Golden State Warriors has proven everyone wrong. Now, what about the top 7 picks of the same draft? From high hopes to hard truths, their paths have been filled with twists and turns. Some have soared, others have stumbled, but all have stories that will astonish you. Let's get deep into the fates of these once highly touted prospects. Before the 2019 draft, experts barely saw Poole as a first-round material. ESPN thought he'd land at 59, CBS Sports had him a bit higher at 54, The Athletic figured he'd be a second-round pick at best. Despite his knack for scoring and creating plays, the critics were hung up on his defense and size. Then, draft night came and shook up everything. The Warriors grabbed Poole at 28th. Way ahead of where anybody thought he'd go. This move turned heads with Kevin Durant just out the door. The Warriors were looking for their next big hit, and they bet on Poole. This choice had many scratching their heads, wondering if the Warriors saw something nobody else did. Poole's first year was tough. He averaged 8.8 points a game, not exactly turning heads. His shots weren't falling, and on defense, he struggled. It seemed like his critics were right. The Warriors' gamble looked like it might not pay off, but that's not where the story ends. Poole hit the ground running in his second season. He upped his game, scoring 12 points on average and doing it with style. His hard work in the offseason was clear, and he was hitting shots, making plays, and even earning the nickname Poole Party for his standout moments. But it wasn't just about scoring. Poole brought energy and excitement every time he stepped on the court. His fearless drive and ability to hit clutch shots became his signature. Take, for example, the game against the New Orleans Pelicans, where he dropped 38 points, or the night he stepped up with 26 points when Stephen Curry was out. And who could forget the game winner against the Memphis Grizzlies? These weren't just great performances, they were statements. By his third season, Poole was on fire, averaging 18 points and hitting three-pointers at a stunning 44.2% clip. Games where he scored 43 points against the Pacers or filled in brilliantly for an injured Klay Thompson showed off his offensive versatility and his ability to thrive under pressure. But where Poole really left his mark was in the playoffs. Here he shifted from a promising player to a proven postseason performer. In the 2021 playoffs, he shone in the play-in tournament, showcasing his scoring ability. Then came the 2022 playoffs, and Poole was unstoppable, averaging 25.8 points against the Denver Nuggets and stepping up big time against the Memphis Grizzlies and Dallas Mavericks. He wasn't just a scorer, he was a player who made things happen when it mattered most. His journey from an overlooked draft pick to a key player in the Warriors' championship run is a story of determination, growth, and the power of seizing every opportunity. But what happened to the players who came along with Poole? First up is Zion Williamson, whose entry into the NBA came with the kind of excitement that's rare. Before he even stepped onto the court, people were calling him the next big thing, a player who could change the game. At Duke, he was a powerhouse, lighting up scoreboards and filling highlight reels. When the New Orleans Pelicans got the first pick and chose Zion, it felt like destiny. In his first season, Zion showed glimpses of what made him special. He was scoring over 27 points a game, flying high, and dunking with a force that reminded everyone of the legends. But then, injuries hit. First, it was his knee, cutting his rookie year short. The excitement turned to concern. Could Zion stay healthy? The next seasons painted a troubling picture. Zion sat out an entire year because of his foot, a big blow to the fans and the Pelicans. When he came back, he was brilliant at times, but still, injuries kept him off the court. Now here we are in 2024, and Zion is sidelined again with another foot injury. The question isn't about his talent anymore, it's about whether he can play long enough to make a difference. Ja Morant was second pick in the 2019 draft, and right out of the gate, he dazzled fans and opponents alike with his incredible athleticism and sharp playmaking. In his rookie year, he posted impressive numbers with 17.8 points and 7.3 assists per game, a feat that earned him the Rookie of the Year award. However, off the court, he found himself in the spotlight for less than commendable reasons. A particular incident that caught widespread attention was a video that surfaced on social media showing Morant with a firearm. This led to a suspension and a wave of criticism. Other incidents, including confrontations with fans and a nightclub altercation, raised questions about his maturity and decision-making. On the court, Morant continues to shine, with his third season marking a significant leap. His averages have climbed to 27.4 points a game and 7.4 assists per game, underscoring his role as the cornerstone of the Memphis Grizzlies offense. His performances have not only solidified his place as one of the NBA's most exciting players, but have also sparked conversations about leadership and responsibility. Next, R.J. Barrett entered the NBA with a lot of noise. Picked third in the 2019 draft by the New York Knicks, expectations were sky high. Known for his scoring at Duke, fans expected immediate fireworks. but Barrett's start was more steady than spectacular. In his rookie year, he posted solid numbers: 14.3 points, 5 rebounds, and 2.6 assists per game. However, he didn't explode onto the scene as some had anticipated, struggling with shooting efficiency at just 40.2% from the field. This steady start sparked a range of reactions. Initially, the buzz was all about Barrett's potential to be the next big thing for the Knicks, a franchise hungry for a return to glory. But as the seasons unfolded without blockbuster breakthroughs, the narrative began to shift. Some fans and analysts started to question his ceiling, wondering if he'd been overestimated. Yet, as Barrett continued to work and improve, particularly in his shooting and defense, perceptions changed once more. By his third season, averaging 20 points and showing marked improvement in his three-point shooting at 40.2%, Barrett began to earn respect for his resilience and growth, even if he wasn't the flashiest player on the court. Moving on, DeAndre Hunter was drafted 4th overall by the Atlanta Hawks in 2019. He was expected to lock down opponents and be a cornerstone of the Hawks' defense. Early on, Hunter showed signs of fulfilling those expectations, but as he started to hit his stride, injuries threw a wrench in his development. Hunter's first major setback came with a knee injury in his second season, cutting short what was shaping up to be a promising year. Despite this, Hunter made noticeable comebacks, returning to the court with impressive performances that reminded everyone of his potential. Yet, injuries continued to shadow him, raising questions about his long-term durability and impact on the Hawks' plans. Amidst these challenges, Hunter's role began to shift. Initially pegged as primarily a defensive player, he started showing off a more polished offensive game. In the 2021 season, he surprised many by averaging 15.3 points per game, demonstrating improved shooting and becoming a reliable scoring option for the Hawks. No longer just a defensive specialist, he was now a key part of the Hawks' offensive strategy as well. This role reassessment has been a testament to Hunter's resilience and versatility. Up next, Darius Garland entered the NBA quietly compared to his draft classmates, picked 5th by the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2019. With concerns about his size and defense, not many saw him as a future star, but Garland's trajectory in the league has been a tale of defying expectations and breaking through to stardom. Garland's rookie season gave glimpses of his potential, with averages of 12.3 points and 3.9 assists per game, but it was his second season that signaled his breakout as he upped his game to 17.4 points per game and 6.1 assists per game. This leap in performance was just the start. Garland continued to improve, showcasing his scoring ability and playmaking skills and becoming a key player for the Cavaliers. By the 2021-22 season, Garland had fully emerged as a star, earning his first All-Star selection. He averaged 21.7 points and 8.6 assists per game, leading the Cavaliers in a resurgence that caught the attention of the entire NBA. His rise was unexpected but undeniable, marking him as one of the most exciting young talents in the league. Jarrett Culver's story from collegiate stardom to NBA challenges mirrored the unpredictable nature of basketball careers. After leading Texas Tech to the national title game and showcasing an all-round game, expectations were sky-high when Minnesota drafted him 6th overall in 2019. Yet the transition to the NBA has been rougher than anticipated. In his rookie season, Culver averaged a modest 9.2 and struggled with efficiency, far from the dominant force he was in college. The move to Atlanta in 2021 was supposed to be a fresh start, but Culver found minutes hard to come by, averaging just 5.9 points in limited action. A return to Minnesota didn't reignite his career as hoped, with averages dropping to career lows. The path back to being a significant contributor looks steep. But Kobe White's entrance into the NBA was marked by excitement over his scoring ability. Drafted 7th by the Chicago Bulls, he was seen as a potential offensive juggernaut. However, White's journey has been marked by ups and downs, with inconsistency and changes in coaching strategies affecting his role on the team. Initially expected to be a leading scorer, White has had to adjust his game, taking on various roles and working to find that consistency. Despite these challenges, White has shown flashes of brilliance and the ability to adapt in different roles on the court. His future with the Bulls or elsewhere in the NBA might still hold surprises. If he can harness his scoring talent and develops other aspects of his game, a career revitalization could be on the horizon, showcasing the unpredictable paths careers can take in the league. Now, while players like Ja Morant and Darius Garland have lived up to or exceeded expectations, others have faced challenges. The stories of Culver and White, contrasted with Poole's rise, remind us that success in the NBA is not solely about talent, but also fit, opportunity, and the ability to adapt and evolve. Poole's success, particularly in the context of the Golden State Warriors championship aspirations, highlights how the right environment and role can propel a player to new heights, regardless of draft position.